Good afternoon, thank you very much and welcome here to Dr. Hyde Park as the ladies football road to Croke Park gets underway today. Already we've seen Clare beat Offaly by 117 to 112, but here in the LGFA streaming service, 4 live matches, but the game we're focusing on here in association with Stream Sports Ireland is Roscommon against Wexford. I'm Darren Kelly, delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Rochelle Timothy. And Rochelle, we were just talking, 3 in a group, 2 qualify, but every game over the next month very, very important.
Absolutely, the first game especially, I think, between Wexford and Roscommon, it's really going to be, you want to come out on top of this and then see what happens against Monaghan, so definitely, yeah.
Coming important to Monaghan, of course, the team that came down from senior last year. Roscommon did play Wexford in last year's championship on that day. Wexford beating Roscommon by 6-11 to 1-9. Roscommon had beaten Wexford in the league final beforehand, and after a Division 2 campaign, they'll be hoping that stands to them. Let's look at the two teams, and we'll start with Roscommon. The big news for them, Aisling Hanley does not start. The leaving certificate robbing players from both teams. This is the Roscommon team on your screen. In goal, number 1, Helena Cummins. Full back line of 2, Erin Hagan. 3, Ellen Irwin. And 4 is Saoirse Wynn. The half back line were number 5, Judy McDermott. Centre back number 6 is Rachel Fitzmaurice. And 7 is Niamh Feeney. In midfield, where number 8 is Grieva Craig, partner with number 9, Niamh Fitzgerald. The half-forward line, 10, Millie Hagan, 11, Aoife Gavin, and 12 is Roisin Wynn. And in the inside line, top of the right now, where number 21 is Aisling Challiher. Full forward, number 14, Captain Laura Fleming. And top of the left, where number 15, Aisling Feely. Rochelle, regards the Roscommon situation, we talk about Wexford in the moment. Aisling Hanley is a massive loss for this team.
Oh, massive loss. You could see from her Connacht final that she really is the heart of that forward line, so it's disappointing, but obviously with the leaving cert it has to be done. But I think there's a good few girls there even on the bench that they can bring on and definitely make a difference.
Well, just to give you the context of Aisling Hanley, they beat Leitrim 213 to 1-7 in the Connacht final. Aisling Hanley scored 2-6 on that occasion. Roscommon will need players to step up today, as will Wexford in the last 2 All-Ireland finals, but they haven't managed to get their hands on a trophy. They've lost 5 finals in a row. They have a couple of changes from the starting team as well. There'll be a few positional switches from what you're seeing on the screen. Let's look at the Wexford team. In goal, number 1, Leanne Moore. Full back line of 2, Aisling Halligan. 3 is Shauna Murphy. And wearing number 22 is Aoife Cullen. The half back line were number 5, Bernie Breen. Centre back number 6 is the captain, Roisin Murphy. And 7 is Sarah Harding Kenny. In midfield were number 8, Amy Walsh, partnered by number 9, Ciara Banville. The half-forward line now were number 27 on the right wing is Niamh English. Number 11, Anya Lacey is centre forward, and 12 is Cara Donnelly. The inside line, top of the right, number 13, Chloe Fox. Full forward, number 14, Aisling Murphy. And top of the left were number 15, Katrina Murray. Rochelle, there will be positional switches in that Wexford team. We're expecting all on the right of the screen there to drop back a position. But I suppose for Anya Lacey and Chloe Fox, who were starting this game for Wexford, they had a very, very tough camogie match last night as well. And in these very, very hot, humid conditions, absolutely fantastic for football, but it's very, very warm. That could take its toll.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the match being at 6 yesterday evening, so it's a short turnaround, but I think them girls are used to it. But yeah, the heat will definitely make a difference today.
Wexford, of course, we're going to have a Ron Levine in a moment, and we will be having a minute's silence in memory of Aileen Daly, the Roscommon LGFA secretary, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. That's all coming up shortly. Just going back here, Rochelle, to the match in particular, and as we said there as well, there's a feeling in one way this could be a preliminary quarter-final, because Monaghan are probably the favourites in the group, though if you're from Wexford you can argue we've been in the last 2 All-Ireland finals and lucky not to win one, while Roscommon have been in 4 semi-finals in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I think Wexford, they really are. They have been in the finals. They turn up when the championship comes, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So it's going to be really interesting. And Roscommon and Wexford actually have played each other a lot the past few years, with Wexford coming out on top, but Roscommon in the league. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a tight one.
We were talking off air between ourselves beforehand, and as a former Roscommon footballer yourself, Roscommon, they have to just forget about that game. They were the Division 2 team this year. Wexford were the Division 3. They have to come in here and believe that they can definitely be much closer and get a result here at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Would have been at home, and I think Roscommon had a hard league campaign, but it was against the stronger teams, and it's definitely going to make a difference.
Well, I think we're going to have the minute silence in just a moment. We've just been given word there. We will have a Ron Levine before throw in, as you can see on your screen, which colours the sun is out and everything is fantastic. Roscommon have just done their huddle chat as well. I think they're waiting for the minute silence as well, as we remember Aileen Daly and Wexford too just get themselves organised as well. Aileen Daly, a massive loss, Rochelle, for Roscommon football.
Absolutely, she's done so much for the county, you know, through the county board.
Before we have our
So
national anthem,
we're going to have a minute's silence in memory of former Roscommon LGFA Secretary Aileen Daly, who passed away just a few weeks ago. And then we will have a Ron Levine, and then it'll be time for throwing for the opening round of the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship here in Dr. Hyde Park between Roscommon and Wexford.
The minute's silence will commence and finish on the referee's whistle. Thank you.
SG around Muso, may Aileen Daly rest in peace.
And can you please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem or on the being?
Well, Roscommon are iconic senior ladies football champions after beating Leitrim. Wexford lost out to Kildare, the third of 3 losses to the Lily Whites this season. They're still looking to get their hands on silverware, but most certainly one of the most consistent teams at this grade over the last couple of years. It's Roscommon against Wexford in the TG4 All-Ireland Senior Ladies Football Championship. Rochelle Timothy, dare I ask you to make a prediction who you think is going to win this match?
I think, to be honest, Roscommon hopefully have it, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a tight one, and hopefully it won't come down to just free kicks and a shoot off, basically, as happened before.
Whoever wins this game will be strongly fancied to make the quarterfinals of the championship. Of course, still at action to take place. Wexford host Monaghan next week, while Roscommon will travel up to Monaghan, I should say, the week afterwards. And the top 2 out of the group of 3 will advance to the quarterfinals. Roscommon in their final huddle there. Wexford now just breaking up and getting themselves in position. We'll work out exactly what way the teams are going. There's a slight breeze here, and it's blowing towards the goal to the left, which looks like Wexford have the advantage of the first half. Rochelle, on a day like this where it's so hot, it's so humid, that bit of breeze there, how much of a factor, if any, will it be?
I think it will make a little bit of a difference, but on this pitch it's just so big, and it's going to be interesting today with the heat, especially, like covering the ground and not to die off for the final 10 minutes of the half.
The breeze is actually picking up here in the commentary box as well, as our notes are just flying around at the moment, but everybody getting themselves in position, and we're watching out for some of those positional switches. They haven't stood out the way we were told so far. Katrina Murray has gone into corner forward. We were told she might come out to the wing, and Niamh English is playing at the right wing as expected. We'll watch who goes in for the throw-in as well, for Roscommon as well. What way will they move their players around, especially with their late change as well, but we will see. It's Roscommon attacking the goal to the right, Wexford attacking the goal to the left. Your referee referee for this game is Paul McCaughey from County Westmeath, and he's the man in the middle as we get ready to start the opening round of the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship, the second of 5 games taking place today. We've already told you that Clare have beaten Offaly 117 to 112. The ball is thrown in, the game is on, and who'll get the opening break of the ball? It falls for Amy Walsh for Wexford, but she doesn't hold on to it too long as Niamh Fitzgerald wins it for Roscommon, gives it to the captain. That's Laura Fleming. Laura Fleming inside the 45-metre line looking for support from Roisin Wynne. Didn't quite get the pass off, and Sarah Harding-Kenny, one of the best man markers and mobile defenders in the game, was able to cut that out for Wexford, finds a teammate, and now the Slaney siders will move the ball between the two 65-metre lines. Number 9 for Wexford is Ciara Banville, another very important player for this team, and a bit of play now is Bernie Breen, the former Kerry footballer, now very much a Wexford player, has the ball outside the 45-metre line, just going to slow it up using her experience there to see can Wexford get an attack going. Clara Donnelly wears number 12, gives the pass across to Sarah Harding-Kenny. Sarah Harding out to the left to Ciara Banville, but it doesn't work out. Good challenge there from Roscommon to break down that Wexford attack, well, temporarily at least, as Wexford have it back again, and Ciara Banville is on the move towards the 45-metre line. There was a player inside, didn't get the pass in. Roscommon doing well. I think it was Quiva Craig that got the first touch, and Rachel Fitzmaurice, she'll bring the experience for Roscommon, brings the ball past the 65-metre line, has options to the left, options in front of her as well, but she continues to keep going. There's a player out left, she needs to release the ball, gets the pass off in the direction of Judy McDermott. Judy McDermott leaves it off, and it's now Laura Fleming with the ball inside the 13-metre line, but you can see Bernie Breen back in defence there, keeping very, very tight, but Laura tries to kick a Gary Owen style ball, breaking down, and it's won there by Eva Cullen for Wexford. Rochelle, just early stages, only a minute and a half, both teams trying to tease the other out.
Yeah, I think it's just about now keeping possession and getting a score. I think they're nearly overthinking it, but yeah, Wexford definitely are pulling Roscommon right into the centre. I think it's working for them.
Chloe Fox, number 13 in your screen for Wexford, their top scorer in the Leinster Championship at 120, lays the pass off, and this is Clara Donnelly on the 65-metre line. She's going to go for a punt down towards the goal. Can they isolate a player inside? Can they get Aisling Murphy on the ball? A foul committed by Wexford. It's going to be a free out for Roscommon. Roscommon's defenders staying very, very tight to the Wexford players.
Yeah, it seems like they're playing a sweeper there in as well, because Wexford are going for that long ball right into the full forward each time.
So played now in the middle of the park as Roscommon hold possession and see who can get the first score of this game. A kick forward there by Roisin Wynne down towards the corner where number 11 is Aoife Gavin. Aoife Gavin gives it back to Laura Fleming. Laura Fleming has a bit of space there. Did she think about taking the shot? Not to be, looking for the better option, and that option comes from Niamh Fitzgerald. Advantage given for a foul on the Roscommon number 9. We're going to go back for a free, and it's going to be an opportunity now for Roscommon to go for the first score of the game against the Breeze. Hard to know exactly who the free kick will be. I'll imagine it'll be Laura Fleming. She scored 3 points in the Connacht final, and indeed it is the Roscommon captain from St. Kieran's that is going to take this opening shot at the posts. And can she put Roscommon in front as we come up near the 3-minute mark here in Dr. Hyde Park? So Laura Fleming now getting ready to take it just outside the D. A kick towards the post. It has the distance, but it doesn't have the accuracy. The opening wide of the game, Michelle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You'd like to get that score in as soon as you can, but yeah, it was probably a little bit far out, but Laura definitely, she has more in her, and I think she'll keep going with free kicks.
Both teams are well capable of putting up big scores when they get going. Of course, early stages and so much at stake, because whoever loses this match is going to be under pressure. Bernie Breen on her own 45-metre line, 3 Roscommon players around her, but she manages to find Shauna Murphy. Wexford's big names now are starting to step up, and this is looking good. Amy Walsh, where's number 8, takes the ball, tried to go for the turn. I don't think she realised the space she had, but finds a teammate. That teammate is Chloe Fox. Chloe Fox going for a kick at the post. Is this the opening score of the game? Not to be. And Wexford, Rochelle, also be disappointed they haven't opened their account.
Yeah, that was well played by Wexford. What they're doing is trying to kick it in over that sweeper and then use it,
So a quick kick out there from the Roscommon goalkeeper Helena Cummins, goes short. Wexford trying to get the players up. Roscommon managed to move it down towards the 65-metre line. Millie Hagan, only a county under 16 last year, now playing in the Intermediate Football Championship. Low kick down in towards the attack. Roscommon hold on to the possession. Good play there by Aisling Feely. Held onto the ball. The referee spotted a push. Roisin Murphy looked kind of wondering what the decision was for. The kick is taken quickly for Roscommon. Down towards the corner. Down towards Aoife Gavin again. She's covering the left, she's covering the right. Can she get past Sarah Harding-Kenny? She'll work hard for that, but she finds a teammate in Roscommon holding it. Millie Hagan again in possession there with the white boots and the orange tips on them. Gives the pass back to Erin Hagan. So the Higgins combining there from St. Barry's. Passed there by Rachel Fitzmaurice inside. Roscommon trying to find a space for a shot. Maybe Aisling Feely would think about going for it. Aisling Feely with the kick. The ball has gone over the bar. It might have taken nearly 5 minutes, but the first score of the game, it's Roscommon in front. Roscommon 1 point, Wexford no score.
Yeah, that was a brilliant score. They just held on to the ball and waited for the perfect opportunity.
Perfect opportunity for Roscommon. They take the lead. How will Wexford respond? They did score 6-11 against Roscommon in last year's All-Ireland semi-final. And there in the middle of the park is Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville gives it back to Bernie Breen. Bernie Breen with a kick in front. That's a good pass. Just slightly overhit. She was hoping that Aoife Cullen would get on the end of that. But Roscommon take on possession again on the 65-yard line. And they will sense now the wind has died down a little bit. It's still favouring Wexford in the first half as Caoimhe Craig sends the ball forward towards the 45-yard line. They pass inside. Well read there by Shauna Murphy from Wexford. And she gives the pass off to Niamh English. And Wexford have it out near the 65-metre line with Aisling Halligan moving up the field for them. And this is a good link-up play by Wexford, but can they make the final pass count? As Niamh English gives it to Katrina Murray, and Katrina Murray goes to ground. Again, the Roscommon rear guard just not making it easy for Wexford to find a way inside. They will be patient. Anya Lacey with the ball, trying to give it to Chloe Fox. The two dual players combining together. Chloe Fox again with the ball inside the 20-metre line. Has a bit of space, trying to tee herself up for a shot, or sees there's somebody else there. And they might have to go back, or maybe only as far as Aoife Cullen. Aoife Cullen goes a bit further. She did well here. Can she get the score for Wexford? Aoife Cullen with the kick, and not to be for her. Wexford are having to work hard to create their opportunities. They are finding the slight gaps that are there. Just can't manage to get the score.
Yeah, I think that was really good defending from Roscommon, just putting the pressure on and not getting a foul. But yeah, Wexford definitely, when they're pushing forward, they're a threat.
Roscommon goes short again. This is Niamh Feeney wearing number 7. Gives the pass forward to Erin Hagan. And Erin Hagan outside the 45-metre line, moving up there and has the pace to stay away from the Wexford players. They're a young team, Roscommon, with a few experienced heads sprinkled in there as well, but determined to make an impact here. They might make an impact in this particular occasion because this is Aisling Feely. She's a player to the right. Mike Gore said what she had, goes for the shot anyway. And it's a save by the goalkeeper. An excellent stop there from Leanne Moore. I'm not too sure if there was a hands on her at the time there, Rochelle.
Yeah, I felt like it was a little bit of a pullback, but
no decision given there, so Roscommon just hold on to their 1 point advantage, and Wexford managed to avert that, but they won't be wanting to leave gaps like that. Roscommon have scored goals in their last 3 competitive games. Wexford have scored goals in their last 5 competitive games, so we'll be expecting and hoping for a few goals here today. Clara Donnelly with the ball outside the 45-metre line with a kick down in towards the corner, and this is Aisling Murphy. Aisling Murphy just can't find a way, as Rochelle said there. Roscommon's defenders seem very, very tight. You can see Aisling Shanaher wearing 21, but she's playing a defensive position. But this is Roisin Murphy, the captain of Wexford, sends it across here towards Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville trying to get the space. The referee had spotted the foul beforehand. Wexford are going to get another opportunity, but again, when the big Wexford players step up, they can show they can get close.
absolutely, they just need that one step and they're able to take their shot. But that was solid defending from Roscommon. They just need to keep them frees down.
Chloe Fox on your screen there is going to take this free. And this is the chance to level the teams. 8 minutes gone here in Dr. Hyde Park. If you just joined us in the LGV streaming service in association with Stream Sports, Chloe Fox with the kick, with the free, puts the ball over the bar. Just over 8 minutes gone, it's a point apiece.
Yeah, it's really tight. It's up and down the pitch, which is good to see. In this heat, though, I'd say they'll start moving the ball a little bit quicker as opposed to carrying it.
And of course, the heat as well is going to be a factor as the game goes on. Helena Cummins with the kick out. This time she goes a long drive down. A few players will battle for her, but it's going to fall kindly for Wexford. In between the 65-metre line, she got good distance on that, it has to be said. Bernie Breen with the pass out towards the right, and Wexford will work an angle again in the direction of Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly outside the 45-metre line. There's a player out to her left, and that's Ciara Banville. And Ciara Banville won the free there just a few moments ago to give Wexford their equalising score. There was Chloe Fox that got it. You might fancy one from play. Getting towards the D. She's going to have a go at this. Chloe Fox with the kick. It looks like that's gone to the left, and that's another wide as well. I suppose, Rochelle, too, both teams know what they want to do, but the nerves are going to be out there as well, and it's just settling into the contest.
Yeah, it's just they haven't really settled right in, but if you give her any bit of space, she's going to shoot, and she's well able to.
Roscommon 1 point, Wexford 1 point. A long kick down again from Helena Cummins. She's mixing up the kickouts for Roscommon. Did well there, Laura Fleming. Well, I thought she did well to keep the ball in, but the linesman on the near side of the field says no, and it's going to be a Wexford ball, and a bit of momentum starting to go Wexford's way. That'll swing many times over the course of the 60 plus minutes that we play here. So Roisin Murphy, the captain, getting ready to take this, sending it down the left. Wexford are hoping this year will be third time lucky for them after the disappointment of Croke Park defeats in the last couple of years to Westmeath and to Laois. Roscommon win the ball back again. Roscommon only had one bad year in the last 5. That was in 2021, but they failed to come out of a group that included Laois and Kildare. But they have played 4 semi-finals since 2018, losing to Meath twice, Westmeath and Wexford last year. Again, Katrina Murray shook off the attention of Saoirse Wynn on that occasion, trying to go forward there, but can't find a gap through, but the referee says illegally so.
Yeah, I think she was looking for the free there, but she did deserve it. But I think it's a really good match. Her and Saoirse Wynn there. Saoirse's one of the best man markers there is, so they're a really good match.
Saoirse Wynn will stay tight to Katrina Murray. They'll know the threat that she brings in Roscommon. Bernie Breen with the ball outside the 45-metre line. That pass inside isn't good from Wexford again. A touch there for Roscommon. A very, very important touch. And they're going to bring the ball out the field towards the 65-metre line. And that's excellent play there, as I think the touch came from Roisin Wen, and she was the one raiding out the field with the ball, and she won the free. So good work there from Roisin Wen. Plays her club football in Boyle. Gives it across to Erin Hagan, and Erin Hagan now will bring it past the 65-metre line. Has support from Millie. Millie, there's a Wexford player on the ground. Chloe Fox, so she's getting back to her feet. Rachel Fitzmaurice, and Roscommon will just try and hold on to the ball for a few moments. They might take a leaf out of the men's book in Croke Park a few weeks ago and just keep it simple until they work out a way of getting another score. Niamh Fitzgerald sends it out towards the left. And Roscommon now have done well here. Can Aisling Feely create the scoring opportunity? She moves in close towards the penalty area and goes for a kick across, but there's nobody pushing up from Roscommon. It has to be said there, and Roisin Murphy said thank you very much. She'll take balls like that all day. And Rochelle, just as we watch Wexford, Roscommon there to find the corner, but nobody seems to be pushing in for that potential pass.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to bring it back round, but then everyone kind of came out and there was no one actually to give the ball into.
It was the second time they've tried that in the early stages of the match. 11 and a half minutes gone. Wexford on the attack down towards the left here again. This might fall for Aisling Murphy, but Aisling Murphy has Niamh Feeney there to try and get around. She's done well the first time of asking. Tries to move it closer, looking for support there. And Roscommon have jerseys around. You can see, as Michelle said, no, Roscommon defenders again, they just have the bodies there, making it difficult. Ciara Banville sent the ball across the field. Bernie Breen now will pass it back to Ciara, and Ciara inside the 45-metre line gives it out towards Aisling Halligan. Aisling Halligan with possession, and again Wexford is spraying the ball around. Ciara Banville are getting closer to the goal, but need to find a way inside. Roscommon have 13 players inside the 45-metre line, but they're willing to go up and down the field. Again, the referee has spotted an infringement, so Wexford are going to have another go, and it'll be interesting to see what they do here now. Will Chloe Fox test the element? She has gone for a kick from play, not too much closer to where this free is at the moment, and if she was to put this over the bar, this will be the lift that Wexford need. Support here in Dr. Hyde Park throughout the field, the far side of the field, as you can see in the stands. There's a good number here in the main stand here as well, where our commentary box is positioned. Chloe Fox with the free for Wexford. They haven't led in the game so far. They're about to lead now. The umpires look at each other, they like it. 13 minutes gone, Wexford in front, 2 points to 1.
That was a brilliant kick there, and I know it's lethal to be giving away frees to Wexford. Anthony inside the 45, and they have someone to kick it straight over.
Well, Chloe Fox has shown that she's well capable of doing that too, and Roscommon now need to work out what they're trying to do. This is a ball down in the direction of Laura Fleming, but again the Wexford player just stayed a goal side of her. That was Roisin Murphy. She gives it to Sarah Harding Kenny, and Sarah Harding finds teammate Aisling Halligan, and it's back with the ball with Sarah Harding Kenny again from the Shell Club, and she's moving down the left there. The pass forward for Amy Walsh. Amy Walsh outside the 20-metre line might go for a kick at this, and just sends it into the hands of the goalkeeper, Helena Cummins. Helena Cummins has a teammate, and Roscommon will send it up towards the left, but they can't afford any wayward ball, or they could get themselves in trouble. Laura Fleming up the left there takes the pass on the 65-metre line, looking for support. It comes from Millie Hagan, and Millie Hagan now skips past the two 65-metre lines, pushing forward, has the advantage of a free. The advantage is gone, and they're staying tight with her is Cara Donnelly. Wexford can mark very well too. Quiva Craig with the ball for Roscommon, and she's moving inside towards the scoring zone, looking for support again, and Roscommon just again not leaving anyone in that central section.
Yeah, they just seem to have so many people back that when they're going forward, everyone isn't going forward, and it's difficult to get that pass off.
Yeah, I just find at times I have them on the left, I have them on the right, but sometimes the way that they're playing the ball inside, they're crying for someone to cut through the middle and to give an option there that hasn't come. It's worked out for them, and Roscommon have won a free. And this will be an opportunity now for Aisling Feely. Who's going to take this one, and can she get the score now to put them back on level terms. As we look at the clock, we're near the quarter hour mark. There is a Wexford player on the ground receiving attention.
Yeah, this will be an interesting kick now. It's a little bit against the wind, but nothing major. But hopefully she can just slot it over.
Roscommon were relegated from Division 2 this year, but they were very, very tight in many of the games. Indeed, I think only the game against Armagh was there any significant difference between the teams. They won by 7 on that occasion, only going down to 3 points to Tyrone, 2 to Tipperary, 2 to Westmeath, 1 to Clare. Drew with Monaghan. Laois also with a 7-point victory over them in the final round. This is Aisling Feely from Boyle, getting ready to take the free. Can she level the teams? And that's gone very wayward to the left, and we don't want to harbour on about missing players because Wexford are missing players as well, but it's days like that you want Aisling Hanley in the field.
Absolutely, yeah. And as well, if you're not the usual free taker, there's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. Wexford goes short this time. Sarah Harding-Kenny taking the pass from Leanne Moore up towards the 45-metre line. Clara Donnelly with possession, gives out to the left to Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville skips between the two 65-metre lines, sends it down towards the corner. This might work out for Chloe Fox. Not to be, says Roscommon, and the defenders get in the way there and make it very, very difficult. And good work on that occasion as Roscommon hold onto the ball. And it's sent across there by Erlyn Irwin. So kick out to the left, and now Roscommon with possession there with Erin Hagan up between the two middle lines. Roscommon just being forced back there by Niamh Feeney, but she'll take her time to look. And of course the player that originally won that ball just had to take a bit of attention there was Niamh Fitzgerald. Just couldn't control it on that occasion, and Wexford now just senses an opportunity to try and get themselves on top of this match. Chloe Fox with a kick across Roscommon, just a bit loose there at the moment. Ciara Banville in possession, gives the pass off. And this is now Chloe Fox outside the 45-metre line. Looking around for options, goes for a kick inside. This could be dangerous, pending on the bounce. Helena Cummins will be favoured to win that. And she takes the ball there, looking for support. Ellen Irwin is in front of her. And Ellen Irwin takes it, moves up towards the 45. Eva Cullen getting in the way, but she kicks it forward towards the 65-metre line. And Roscommon again now need to get the bodies pushing up quickly if they want to get some scores in this opening half. Caoimhe Craig with a low ball inside towards the attack, looking for Aisling Feely, but loses out to Shauna Murphy. Shauna Murphy with this now up towards the 45-metre line. Looks for the Bernie Breen, and Bernie Breen takes possession. Hand passes forward, and Wexford have space again. Wexford will feel they want to get a few points in this just with the breeze that's out there.
Yeah, they have the possession, but it's not coming off in the end. And they're kind of similar to Roscommon in that they have everyone back and they're only looking for the two up front.
They've Aisling Murphy is one of them. She took the pass from Aoife Cullen, tried to send the return back, and an excellent block there from Aisling Shanahan. And a player on the ground there again, Aisling Murphy hasn't gotten up yet. Play will continue on as Ellen Irwin brings it up towards the 45-metre line, and that in the direction of Roisin Wen. Roisin Wen trying to find a way inside Roisin Murphy. The two Roisins go to battle in this TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship game. Sarah Harding-Kenny, I don't think has lost the ball in this game so far. She wins that one back again. Aisling Murphy went to ground there off your screen. She's back on her feet. She's still receiving attention. Play continues on. Roscommon with it. Niamh Fitzgerald moving towards the 45-metre line. There's a player inside there was waiting for the run. Niamh keeps going there. She might get in herself here. And Wexford getting the bodies in the way, but gives the pass back for Aisling Feely. The ball goes over the bar. I think Aisling wanted that sooner, but she got it anyway. Puts it over, 2 points apiece.
Absolutely brilliant score there, but it all came from Aisling Shanahan down at the other end, and I think she has been absolutely brilliant. She's still minor as well, so it's really good to see her getting a game and showing what she's made of.
Aisling Shanahan plays her football with Kilbride. Aisling Feely, the player that puts it over the bar. And the other Aisling Murphy, thankfully, is okay for Wexford. The Anmore with the kick. Oh, it was nearly loose there. It nearly fell for Aisling Feely, but thankfully for Wexford, they've held onto the ball with Roisin Murphy. And Roisin Murphy gives the pass in front for Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly now moving towards the 45-metre line out to the left to Anya Lacey. Anya Lacey to Chloe Fox. Chloe was thinking about pulling the trigger. She does pull the trigger, goes for the kick. That one is going to go to the left and wide. It was never going to be an easy shot. 4 wides in this game for Wexford, 2 wides for Roscommon. And Rochelle, as you said, Wexford not taking advantage of the elements here.
No, I think there was a few other options she could have gone with there, but instead she just went with the shot.
So the long ball down there by Helena Cummins, and Billy Hagan will try and get on the end of this. Takes the ball there, but Wexford getting the bodies back that little bit quicker. This is Roisin Wynn. Roisin Wynn now has Laura Fleming in front, and this is the central player we were talking about. Probably give the pass off a bidding too soon, and Sarah Harding-Kenny blocking out the path to Aoife Gavin. But if you're from Roscommon, you'd have liked seeing Laura Fleming running through the centre there, but Sarah Harding-Kenny, you have to play better balls than that if you're going to beat her. And Ciara Banville has the ball back out on the 65-metre line, gives it to Bernie Breen, and Bernie Breen now will see what they can offer. Of course, on the Wexford side of things, as Rochelle mentioned, there are two players inside, but not many pushing up when Wexford are on the attack as well. They give more options. So Aoife Cullen might need anybody because she's going through herself here. Aoife Cullen, can she keep going for the score? And she'll be disappointed that didn't work out for her in the end, because she worked very, very well to get in that position.
That was a very good run, and it was just unlucky not to finish in the end. But again, it came from Bernie Breen winning the ball, slowing it down and just making sure of the pass.
So Wexford showed they're happy enough when they won at the opposition as well. Alina Cummins with the kick out past the 45-metre line. Laura Fleming has got that, the high challenge, the advantage is given, and Laura Fleming will continue going. And now, is there a sense of urgency or in Roscommon now to try and see can they get their noses in front as Niamh Fitzgerald leaves the ball off here, and this is an opportunity. Caoimhe Craig sent it out towards the left, a chance for Roscommon. A great save from the goalkeeper Leanne Moore, and an important save it was as well. I think it was Aoife Gavin, the player that took the shot, but Roscommon, just like Wexford there, opened up an opportunity, and for the second time Leanne Moore has come to the rescue for Wexford. Yeah,
that's exactly what you want to see. Just pull them out, and then the little simple hand pass over the top, and it was a brilliant save. But as a forward, you want to be putting them away.
Roscommon won't get many better chances than that. It was Aoife Gavin from St Dominic's that took that shot, but Leanne Moore from St Anne's getting in the way. This is a 45. Now it'll be interesting to see what Roscommon decide to do with this. Of course, there's 2 points for a 45 in ladies football. We're not going to have a direct shot as Caoimhe Craig sends it down the direction of Laura Fleming, and Laura Fleming now holding it up there and see is there a player inside. There are 3 players around the 20-metre line, so options are improving. Roisin Wynn has the ball as well, gives it across there, a chance for a shot for Roscommon. The ball goes over the bar. Roscommon will get their noses in front. I think it was Caoimhe Craig was it the player that kicked that over the bar.
I think it was Rachel Fitzmaurice actually.
It was indeed Rachel Fitzmaurice, my apologies, and it's 3 points to 2. So Rachel Fitzmaurice getting that score for Roscommon, and now can they build in that? Not to be a Wexford of anything to say about Roisin Murphy getting a touch. The ball goes out over the line, and it's going to be a sideline kick for Roscommon and Millie Hagan. So kicks it forward there in the direction of Niamh Fitzgerald. Niamh Fitzgerald there has options but might go herself. And Sarah Harding-Kenny getting the touch there. Amy Walsh was there as well, but Roscommon still have the ball. Aoife Gavin across the kick. This time it's definitely Caoimhe Craig. And Caoimhe Craig puts the ball over the bar. And just like that, Rochelle, all of a sudden Roscommon are 2 points ahead.
Yeah, I actually thought that was going to go in the goal there for a second, but that's what you want. Turn it over quick and pop it over. But again, Sarah... that tackling from Sarah and Wexford is just absolutely brilliant. She's one of the best defenders I've seen.
She is indeed, and Niamh Fitzgerald could have been in for more had she gotten inside, but Roscommon do lead by 2 points, and Wexford will be disappointed, especially I suppose from the 5th to the 15th minute. They had more of the ball, more of the opportunities, but whether Roscommon are listening to us up here now, when they start getting a bit more assertive with their attacking, they've made the points count.
Yeah, exactly. Like the possession, Wexford have had it really if you go on that, but it's about the scores at the end of the day. It
is about the scores, but Wexford are well capable of getting them yet. Roisin Murphy on the move here, took the pass on Bernie Breen, sends it inside. This is an opportunity here for Wexford to try and move inside, but the referee says that she fouled the ball going in low, and it's going to be a free with a charging in. I'd say it was, but it's a free out for Roscommon, and Katrina Murray looking very frustrated there.
Yeah, I think she thought she'd get the free in, but again, Saoirse Wynn, that's just her man marking, standing up, being strong, and I think she's the better of her so far.
And I think that's one thing you have to, if you're a young person at home and you're watching as a defender, sometimes just hold your ground, and what you got to make it difficult for the player to get past you, and that is often good enough. Millie Hagan with possession for Roscommon, going to give it back towards the goalkeeper. Alina Cummins wasn't too sure about that, surrounded by 2 Wexford players, needed to find someone. Great composure from the Michael Glavy's goalkeeper there to send it out towards the far side of the field, and Roscommon will try and build another attack now as they feel they have a chance now to make some real hay before half time here in Dr. Hyde Park. Moving up towards the 65-yard line, Niamh Fitzgerald takes the pass, gives it across to Millie Hagan. Millie Hagan forward to Laura Fleming, and Laura Fleming now inside the 45-metre line as Aoife Gavin in front of her. Tryna was taken down there. It looks like it's going to be a free in. The referee might have a chat with Aisling Halligan, but it's more just to calm it down. And it's going to be...
Yeah, I think Laura, as always, she always seems to be getting fouled, but it's just the way she plays. She just has that quick turn of speed, and I think it's really hard for people not to foul her. So that's what she needs to do. She needs to put her head down and run and win them frees, especially if they're popping them over.
Yeah, Aisling Halligan probably felt she had no choice but to take her down on that occasion as Laura was picking up speed. Of course, referee just said to calm it down. It's 3 ticks in ladies football. You could find yourself in the sin bin. Aisling Feely going to take this home from better luck than her previous free. She does get better luck from her previous free, puts it over the bar. 25 minutes gone. All of a sudden, there's 3 points between them, 5 points to 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Aisling works well off a bit of confidence as well. She gets 1 or 2 scores and she just keeps popping them over then.
You would feel now Wexford need to get the next score in this game. They do not want to allow 2 scores between them. Sarah Harding Kenny pushing up the field. This is good play from Wexford again. They've done this numerous times. Shauna Murphy gives it back to Sarah Harding Kenny, and Sarah Harding Kenny down to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly outside the 45-metre line looking for Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville on the move there, skipping through the Roscommon players. Rachel Fitzmaurice, I think, just got a little hand in the way there, and it was enough to put off the attack. And we're going to have a free out for Roscommon. And the referee's taking a note now. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, maybe just a tick, but I'm not quite sure for what.
There was a foul, right, but I didn't think it was anything major, just the mistimed challenge. But anyway, Rachel Fitzmaurice, a dual player herself. Of course, we're talking about the Wexford dual players. Roscommon beat Louth in the All-Ireland Camogie Championship yesterday as well. So Rachel Fitzmaurice, one of a number of players involved in that team there too. And they'll bring it out towards the 45-metre line. And a long kick down in the direction of Caoimhe Craig. If this can hold up for her, not to be in that occasion. Aisling Halligan in possession wins the free for the high challenge. And play continues on. The breeze again picking up that little bit. We look at the clock. 4 minutes of normal time. We don't have a countdown clock here in Dr. Hyde Park. So it'll all be the discretion of the referee from Westmeath, Paul McCoy. But it's Roscommon 5 points, Wexford 2. Bernie Breen with the ball outside the 45-metre line again. Just shows their experience, holds it up. They won't panic with Wexford. They've been in this position very often over the last 3 seasons. Just looking for the silverware to go with it. Aoife Cullen. Will she think about taking on the player? She might, you know. That was a good dummy there. She sold on Ellen Urran. Gives it back towards Chloe Fox. Chloe Fox looking around for options.
Yeah, Roscommon are making it really hard here with that defending, and it's good to see, but Wexford, you can just see they're calm on the ball. They're waiting for the perfect chance.
Roscommon have been very disciplined, but as you said there as well, Wexford using their experience, there will be a time they'll have to stick or twist if they're not getting the scores. That mightn't happen till later on, but if Caoimhe Craig does something with this attack, you never know what could happen here for Roscommon, because she's inside the 65-metre line looking around for options there as well. Goes for a kick forward, probably got caught in 2 minds, and Sarah Harding Kenny says, again, thank you very much. You can have to forgive us up here if we sound like we're forming the Sarah Harding Kenny Appreciation Club, but I don't know how many times she has won a ball like that, and it has to be said, Rochelle, like we've talked about Roscommon not having a player, but if it wasn't for Sarah Harding Kenny, Wexford could be in serious trouble.
Absolutely,
here.
She's turning everything over there and giving it straight out to someone else, and it's right down the other end of the pitch.
Chloe Fox at the other end of the pitch as we speak, and there goes for the kick, and Chloe Fox gets the score that Wexford really needed, and arguably the most important score of the match.
Absolutely, yeah. Wexford are back on now, and I think again it's coming from Sarah and it's coming from the back line, just working it out, taking their time and popping it over.
It's Roscommon 5 points, it's Wexford 3. We have just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half of this TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship game, and Roscommon on the move down the far side of the field again through Roisin Wen. Roisin Wen sends it inside, and again Roscommon show that they have composure as well, just looking for the gaps in the Wexford defence. Wexford have about 12 players they pull back inside the 65-metre line. And of course, with the mobility of the game moving up and down, how is that going to tell us when we get later on with the humid heat that is here? Erin Hagan's pass didn't materialise, won by Anya Lacey, and Anya Lacey leads over Aisling Halligan. She gives it in the direction of Amy Walsh. Amy Walsh for Wexford. Runners up in the Leinster Championship this year, lost the final to Kildare 2-12 to 1-8. Katrina Murray with the ball there, trying to get inside us. Saoirse Wynn again keeping tight, but this is Aisling Murphy, and Aisling Murphy a blocked down by Rachel Fitzmaurice, but the referee had spotted a foul beforehand. Wexford are going to get an opportunity, and should, you would feel, bring this back to a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, I thought actually, I was about to say that Wexford weren't pushing on the way they needed to from the back line, that maybe they were getting a little bit tired, but they have them 2 sharpshooters up there, and if they give them to them and they can go 1-2, they're straight in on goal.
Wexford didn't come out of the group stages in the 2020 COVID Championship when they lost out to Roscommon and to Offaly on that occasion, but they have gotten to at least the quarterfinals every other year since 2015. 5 consecutive quarterfinals before that year, and in their 2 final appearances since. Chloe Fox with the ball for Wexford, looking for another score for her. And she'll go for the kick at the post. That looks good from my angle. It looks good from the umpire's angle. And in the 38th minute of the game, it's back to 1.54.
Yeah, another brilliant free. I think she gained a few yards as well, just to kick it over. But
and she's using her experience as well. Chloe Fox has gotten all 4 of Wexford's scores in this match. 3 from frees, 1 from play. And Laura Fleming trying to see, can she get another score for Roscommon before half time? The challenge there, a bit careless from Amy Walsh. It's going to be a free for Roscommon, and the referee will add to his tick notebook there. The Wexford number 8, Laura Fleming, sends it back towards the defence, and the 30 minutes have now been played in the first half. We'll keep an eye to see if they give any indication how much added time will be played in the first half. It's not normally done in ladies football, but we'll see if any signal is given. Either way, Roisin Wynn with the ball, just lost a solo there on that occasion with the bounce. She did well to retrieve it again, gives it off to a teammate, and that is Judy McDermott at the far side of the field, trying to find a way past Niamh English. And inside the 45-metre line, back into Roisin, and Roisin Wynn with possession. And Roscommon just want to see if they can get this other score. Niamh Feeney, where's number 7 for them? Out to Niamh Fitzgerald, back to Niamh. The Niamhs combined. This will be a good score if they get it. Niamh Feeney with a shot, puts the ball over the bar, and we've complimented some good team moves from Wexford. That was a great team move.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Niamh coming right up from sweeper and 1-2, 1-2 and over the bar.
And the referee, Paul McGaughy, has blown the half-time whistle. Roscommon lead at half-time 6 points to 4. The teams were level on 2 occasions in the opening 80 minutes before Roscommon pulled 3 points clear. Lead have held. Michelle Timothy, your overall assessment of the first half?
Yeah, I think it's been really even. They're both kind of playing similarly and getting everyone back, trying to do that zonal defence and then working their way forward. So it'll be interesting to see can they keep the pace up for the second half.
And that's exactly what it'll be. Roscommon have a good spread of scores. Wexford dependent on Chloe Fox, but at the end of it, it's 2 points between the teams, and Roscommon hold the advantage. We're going to take a break here from Dr. Hyde Park for about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be back for full live coverage of the second half of this TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. Roscommon in front. They lead by 2 points. The half-time score, Roscommon 6, Wexford 4. Thank you very much and welcome back here to Dr. Hyde Park as we get ready for the start of the second half of this TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship game. Roscommon against Wexford. If you're just joining us here in the LGFA stream service, Roscommon lead Wexford by 6 points to 4 at half time. Wexford are back on the field for the second half. The referees as well. We're just waiting for Roscommon. I'm Darren Kelly, joined in the commentary box by Rochelle Timothy. And Rochelle, we're just talking there. I suppose the Human Daylight Today players were trying to get fluids in here as well, and nobody was in a real mad rush to get back on the pitch.
No, they took the full 15 minutes anyways, getting as much drink as they could get into them. But yeah, it's not as hot as it was, so it'll be interesting to see do they keep the pace up now in the second half.
Roscommon look like they're going to do a warm-up drill before they get started for the second half. We can tell you one thing for Wexford, now we haven't been given an official word yet, but Emma Tompkins, number 21, was out doing a warm-up there, and she's joined in with the Wexford huddle, so Wexford have at least one change for the second half. We will confirm who has gone off in just a few moments. Across the country, there's 4 games taking place at the moment, Rochelle. Very, very tight matches. We're keeping a tab there, like Tyrone a goal up in Wicklow, Kildare a goal up in Leitrim, Westmeath and Antrim level. It's such an important, the opening round of any competition, let alone this, the competition they've trained for all year, to try and get a good start.
Yeah, the intermediate is always just so wide open. You can never predict who's going to get through, and especially with only 3 teams in the group, you know, top 2 going through, you really need to win your first game.
And whoever wins this game will have 1 foot in the quarter-finals. Roscommon scores 3 for Aisling Feely, Rachel Fitzmaurice, Quiva Craig and Lee Feeney also on target. All 4 Wexford scores coming from Chloe Fox, 1 of them from play, 3 of them from frees, and everyone getting back in position. Roscommon will be attacking the goal to the left for the second half.
Emma Tompkins has replaced number 27, Niamh English.
So you probably just heard the stadium announcer there say that Niamh English is the player that's gone off the field to play for Wexford. And we're getting ready now for the start of the second half. But will it be Wexford or will it be Roscommon to have 3 points on the board by the end of the day? And 1 foot in the quarterfinals. We will see as the second half gets underway. Amy Walsh sending the ball out towards the left. And Wexford know they'll want to get the opening score of this game. It has settled down. The breeze is slightly there, favouring Roscommon, but not going to have a man factor in the game as Wexford go a bit close here. And a shot from Ciara Banville, and it just tops over the bar. Route 1 football, less than 20 seconds gone, and it's back to a 1-point ball game, 6-5.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Win the throw up and straight down. That's what you want to see.
And Ciara Banville did well. They're losing their balance with the shot, but got enough in it to put it over the bar. Wexford's second different score of the match, and it's a 1-point ball game. Wexford 5, Roscommon 6, and Sarah Harding-Kenny wins the ball again for Wexford. Down towards the corner, towards Katrina Murray. Hasn't been given much space from Saoirse Wynne over the course of the game so far. Will she get more luck in the second half? Sarah Harding-Kenny across to Bernie Breen. Bernie Breen sends it forward. Wexford are starting strong. Amy Walsh, her second touch of the game. She played a 1-2 there with Anya Lacey, and now it's back with Chloe Fox. And Chloe likes to pull the trigger whenever she's inside the 45-metre line. She gets a bit of space. Roscommon not taking any chances. I think they've 14 back around the 45-metre line, and it's worked out for Ollie Lennon's team as they win the ball. And now can Roscommon catching the counter-attack as Aoife Gavin sends it down, hoping to get Aisling Feely on a one-on-one with Shauna Murphy. Of course, you do get a one-on-one. You have to win it. Not many beat Shauna Murphy in that position. She picks out Bernie Breen, and Bernie Breen out to Katrina Murray, and Wexford will start again. They'll be disappointed with their opening half. They had plenty of possession but never really threatened the goal. You have to compliment the Roscommon defending as much for that too. But so far Wexford are looking like they want to make hay at the start of this second half. Out towards Clara Donnelly, just losing the bounce of the ball, and Roscommon getting the bodies in the way. Across in the direction of the substitute Emma Tompkins. Emma Tompkins getting inside. Chance here for Wexford. A chance for a shot. And a save there by Helena Cummins, but she needs to get rid of it. And the referee says it was a push on the goalkeeper, so it's going to be a free out. And there, as I say, Rochelle, that was probably the first time in the game that Wexford really got at the Roscommon goal.
Yeah, they nearly got in there outside. And Helena, I think, when she blocks it or catches, she looks so calm, nearly too calm. And yeah, they were lucky to get the free out in the end.
Free out for Roscommon and a chance for a reprieve for them. And the linesman has the flag up there, so I wonder, are we going to have another substitution? And I think we have. So there's a Wexford player on the field to play. We'll confirm who that is at the moment. It's number 24, Niamh Butler. So she's come on the field to play. And Lizzie Kent there, the manager. Just can't quite make out the player that's gone off at the moment. So we'll do the process.
Maybe it's Amy Walsh, is it?
Amy Walsh.
Possibly.
Be a surprising decision because she was on a couple of balls at the start of the half, but it could well be Amy Walsh. I'm just looking around the field to play and I haven't spotted her just yet. So it looks like maybe there's Amy Walsh off and Niamh Butler on.
I think the only reason for that, maybe she might have had 2 ticks.
That's a possibility as well. As we mentioned in the first half, the 3-tick rule there, the high challenge on Sarah Harding-Kenny, and there's going to be a tick for Roscommon there as well, and it's going to be a free in for Wexford, and this will be the opportunity, and I think it was Neve.
Substitution on the Wexford team, number 24, Neve Butler, has replaced number 8, Amy Walsh.
Well spotted there from Rochelle. Amy Walsh is the player that's gone off for Wexford. But now we're going to watch and see, can Chloe Fox make this all square again? They've been level twice so far. And the kick there for Wexford towards the post. The ball has gone over the bar. The sides are level, and it's 6 points apiece.
Yeah, again, as I've said, giving them frees away in scoreable positions against Wexford is just not an option.
Not an option indeed. It's all square. A draw in this game will give 1 point apiece, and they might leave scoring difference be the factor if either of them slip up to Monaghan. Down the left-hand side of the field is Roisin Wen. Roisin Wen trying to get away from Roisin Murphy. The two Roisins go to battle again. Wen has the win on this occasion. Forgive the pun, but not to be. And because who else but Sarah Harding-Kenny, the player that gets in the way. And Rochelle, I don't want to be preempting your player at the match picks in a while, but I certainly know one player that's going to be in contention for that award anyway, because how many times she got in the way of the ball. Chloe Fox down towards the 45-metre line, trying to weave a path through the primrose and blue jerseys of the home team, and one of them eventually put the hand out. It might have been Neve Fitzgerald again. So it's going to be a kick for Wexford, and it's going to be back for Anya Lacey. And Anya Lacey now inside the 65-metre line, looking for options there. Wexford finding each other that bit better. And I'll get your thoughts, Michelle, on this in a moment, but they don't seem to be sitting back or being as patient as before. It looks like there's a bit more assertiveness, which they were probably told about at half time.
Yeah, I'd say they were told to give it in and try keep moving it forward, which is easier against Roscommon when they're playing that zonal defence as well. You want to get there before they all get back, I suppose.
Great take there by Aisling Murphy with the ball. She struggled to get on it. She did score 4 goals against Roscommon last year. Gives it to Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville back to number 22, which is Aoife Cullen. Aoife Cullen lays the ball off for Aisling Murphy with the kick. And Aisling Murphy puts the ball over the bar. 3 scores in 5 minutes in the second half for Wexford. And they've gone 7-6 up.
Yeah, again, that's it. They're doing it quick now before Roscommon can get in and defend. That's what they're going to have to do.
The short kick out to Neve Feeney, and Neve Feeney finds a player inside, and this is a good one too from Roscommon as they try and move it out. Roscommon won't panic. They were slow getting out of the blocks in the early stages of the first half before getting their noses 5 points to 2 in front, but they've lost that lead since. Wexford in front in this game, and they Quiva Craig down. She's claiming she was body checked, but play continues on. Aoife Gavin trying to get past Sarah Harding-Kenny, and Sarah Harding-Kenny not making it easy, but I think we're going back for the original free unless he gave a free for Aoife Gavin for the challenge. Sarah Harding-Kenny definitely had the hands out, though it's the second foul that is the foul the referee gave. So we're going to have a free in here for Roscommon. Aisling Feely more than likely will take this.
Yeah, if she shoots like she did in the first half, she should be well able with the left foot from there.
Yeah, no different to Chloe Fox. Both of them had an errant first kick, but afterwards then they had the radar in check. Aisling Feely is Roscommon's top scorer with 3 points. Won a county intermediate football championship last year. Goes for a kick in the post and probably needs a second goal before getting up and running in this half.
No, she just didn't catch that right, really.
3 wides in the game for Roscommon, 5 for Wexford. And the referee is going in to have a chat with the umpires, so I don't know if he saw anything. There was definitely no question about the kick, was there?
No, definitely not. I don't know. Unless they called him in maybe about something that was going on off the ball.
So this will be a big moment in the game here now.
Is he getting the book out?
Leanne Moore is looking at the Westmeath match official, and I think he looks like he's happy enough to comment it. So just a bit of uncertainty what was going on there. Maybe just as you said, wanted to double check something, whether it was with the kick or whether an incident off the ball. But either way, it remains 7 points to 6. Wexford in front by 1. Aoife Cullen with the ball gives it off to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly on the 65-metre line goes with a kick inside. And this is what Wexford weren't doing in the first half too often. Now they're doing it this time. Ciara Banville takes the ball from Aisling Murphy. Has a player to the left. She might go herself. I don't know if she was thinking about the lob, but she puts the ball over the bar. It's a point for Wexford. Ciara Banville with her second of the half. 4 in a row, 8-6.
Yeah, that's the Wexford play you used to always see. Just the 1-2, 1-2, and then normally they'd be ending that in a goal. But I think, yeah, maybe she was trying to lob her, but they still got the score at the end of the day.
This is Wexford's 13th competitive match of 2023 so far. They lost it down in their third game of the league, 8 points to 1-4, and 3 defeats to Kildare, 2 in the Leinster Championship, 1 in the league. But always a formidable side when they get to championship, and Play down the far side of the field. A little touch there by Nee Butler on the ball. It goes out over the line, but as the referee indicating she led with the foot. It's going to be Roscommon ball regardless whether it's a sideline kick or a free.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see now will they move forward or they move it across the pitch like they have been doing.
So Roscommon just looking for a score to settle down in the second half. We played just over 8 minutes. And Wexford with 4 points overturning the half-time deficit to lead by 2. And Wexford have possession again. Eva Cullen takes it from Roisin Murphy and drives the ball down in towards the attack, and this is well picked out by Wexford. Certainly a purple patch by the purple and gold during this third quarter. Chloe Fox trying to work away inside, and the defence keeping very, very tight. The one hand in there as well. The referee says too many steps. Chloe Fox is claiming the hand was holding her there, but
yeah, it was an interesting call, I think.
It was definitely a very, very tight one on that occasion. Was it Nee Feeney, the player that got in the way? But either way, Wexford have it back again. Clara Donnelly with the ball, but the other number 12, Roisin Wynn, enough to take it back from her on the 45-metre line. Gives it to Millie Hake, and you can feel the pace of this game is gradually starting to pick up. You can hear the noise in the stand here beside us in the commentary box. Both team supporters getting behind their respective teams as Nee Fitzgerald moves up the field for Roscommon, trying to get away from Bernie Breen. Gives it back to Eva Gavin. The referee spotted the foul. Roscommon will have a free.
Yeah, I think the faster play, to be honest, is probably suiting Wexford. Them giving the ball in faster, whereas Roscommon would probably like to slow it down and work it around like they had been doing the first half.
And the free taken there, exactly as you said there, Rochelle, they're going to try and slow it down, work their way in again, because Nee Fitzgerald kicked the ball back. Roscommon playing outside the 45-metre line. They did this, keeping up possession in the first half until they work it out. Across for Judy McDermott. She goes inside the 45-metre line. Wexford have the players back there to make it difficult. She might go for the kick anyway. Judy McDermott, it wasn't that far away. It was worth having a go, you would feel. But again, it's another wide.
Yeah, I think it was the right option to give it a shot, and she's used to it as well, playing the forward line. But unfortunately, it just wasn't.
Judy McDermott plays her football with Strokestown. Won a Division 1 league title back in 2014. Wexford playing with the ball inside the 45-metre line. Clara Donnelly, she's covered an awful lot of ground in this game, plays the pass off, and now they'll move it up in between the 65-metre lines, and Wexford on the move again quickly, as Rochelle said. They won't play it much faster in the second half. Ciara Banville again to Bernie Breen. Bernie Breen trying to find a way inside. She'll go for the kick. The power was never really on that. It goes wide. It just went out of options in the end, but Ciara Banville is a player that's definitely standing out in the second half.
Definitely, she's been on a lot of ball, and she's going straight through the middle, which is good to see, but yeah, that was probably a poor choice in the end.
So Roscommon are going to make their first change shortly. Amanda Cretan will be coming on the field to play. She plays for Era Oak. She's wearing number 19. You might just spot her on your screen there now. But Wexford, the breaks are going their way at the moment. They're reading it well. Aisling Halligan to Roisin Murphy. And Roisin Murphy inside the 65-metre line. And look, you can just see Wexford players in front looking for the run, looking for the ball. But Roisin Murphy is going herself and she's getting within range. Excuse me there. Just ran out of control of the ball. Probably should have played the pass sooner, but it was nearly a wonder score there for Roisin Murphy. She managed to nail that.
Yeah, she can get the scores when she gets up there, but I think in that one she might have just laid it off.
So play now between the Roscommon 45 and 65-metre line as Erin Hagan sends the ball out the far side of the field. Roscommon just want to keep their composure there. Quiva Craig turns inside. You can see the bounce there getting away from the players at the time. It's a very dry sod here in Dr. Hyde Park.
I think that was just accidental little flash, but looks like Roscommon is making the change now.
The change is happening there. Amanda Cretan is coming on the field to play. Number 19 for Roscommon. So it's going to be Roscommon restart when we get going. I think it's Aoife Gavin, the player that's coming off.
Yeah, I think that was probably the right option. Just I think Roisin Murphy kind of had the beating of her the last few, and they need someone, a bit quicker maybe in there if they're going to play the two up front.
Yeah, Aoife Gavin setting up a few opportunities, not managing to get in the scoreboard herself. Of course, her dad used to play football for Roscommon as well, primary teacher. But now it's Roscommon to restart the action. Aisling Feely, I don't think she's going to have a go for this. And again, Roscommon going backwards. Nee Fitzgerald, they're trying to get the game back on their own terms. Rachel Fitzmaurice outside the 45-metre line. There's still plenty of time. There's only 2 points between them. We're still in the third quarter. 12 and a half minutes gone here in Dr. Hyde Park at the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship, brought to you in association with Stream Sport. Laura Fleming, the captain of Roscommon, the referee at the handout for an advantage. Niamh Feeney gives the pass across. Will somebody go for the free shot? Cueva Craig sending it inside there. And the hands have come down now. I think the advantage is gone, but Laura Fleming tried to send a pass down in the direction of Millie Hagan. Took a deflection, and Shauna Murphy wins it back there for Wexford, and they'll bring it up towards the 45-metre line. Chloe Fox back to help out the defence as well, and Wexford are on the move again. And again trying to isolate Aisling Murphy, who's come out to the corner. Will the ball stay in play? Not to be for Wexford on that occasion, but Roscommon have often held players back rather than pushing them all forward. They nearly got exposed there.
Yeah, they all kind of went forward, and you could see Laura Fleming trying to do 1-2, but Wexford are doing what Roscommon were doing the first half and just defending in bunches.
So in possession now is Rachel Fitzmaurice, moving down towards the 45-metre line. The pass inside here now. Can they get a score to get themselves going? And it's Wexford's defenders, though illegally so, says the referee. The late challenge on Rachel Fitzmaurice will result.
Yeah, I think she done that well. She kind of seen the ref looking, I think, and took it, but it was for the team, so it's all right.
You're not suggesting the gamesmanship here now. Laura Fleming takes the kick back to Judy McDermott, and Judy McDermott with a hand pass across to Niamh Fitzgerald. Niamh Fitzgerald with a kick across the field again. Roscommon looking to see, is there an option there? Ellen Irwin pushing forward, and again Roscommon now starting to realise they have to find another way of unlocking this Wexford defence. Millie Hagan gains a few yards, sends the ball out towards the right. Ellen Irwin will try and come back inside. Wexford now just look a bit more disciplined with their defending in the second half. The Aisling Feely might get in this, and a touch there. The first touch was from Shauna Murphy. I think Sarah Harding-Kenny was there for the second, but the referee says the foul was committed. The Wexford supporters giving their thoughts on that decision, but it's going to be a free in for Roscommon, and this is the opportunity they've been waiting for in the second half. Yeah,
this is what they want. Just get one over the bar. Or actually, I think he might be giving a hot ball, but yeah, some of the pass from Roscommon, they're just going in. They're 50-50 balls, and they're leaving up to the forward to get it.
Yeah, he gave the indication of a free in there first, but changed his mind. So an important one here, especially for Wexford too. Anya Lacey going in against Laura Fleming, and the height there for Anya Lacey just paying off. A player comes in to get it and gives the pass to Aoife Cullen, and now Wexford will bring the ball out the field. And again, look how quick they are moving it here now. This is the Wexford team, the Men All-Ireland finals now, really starting to show up in the second half. But Roscommon are not going to make it easy for them. We're going back for a foul, so it's going to be a free out for Wexford. Roisin Murphy to take this. We've just gone into the final quarter of this game in the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. Wexford 8 points, Roscommon 6. Wexford with all 4 scores in the second half after trailing by 2 at half time. Bernie Breen gives the pass off there for Roisin Murphy. She'll come inside, gives it to Aoife Cullen. Aoife Cullen on the 45-metre line and gains a few yards out towards the left, and Wexford get within range again. Will somebody have a pop at the posts? It might be Niamh Butler. She gets a bit closer. Good defending there from Rachel Fitzmaurice, but Wexford still in the move, and they're getting in a bit closer. Do the pass inside. Bernie Breen is there. Can she get the opportunity for a shot? Turns on her left, and Roscommon throw bodies in front of the ball. They had to, and the referee says they're going to get a free out. But Bernie Breen, I suppose she just couldn't make up her mind. Did she want to go right or left? Roscommon just did what they had to do.
Yeah, I think she just took a little bit too much time, and I don't think she expected to be in that position in the first place. So
Bernie Breen, officially a wing back there, but of course made her debut for Kerry when she was only 14 years of age. Took a break from football for a while and didn't have to go back with Kerry. Made the move to Wexford in 2017. She was living there already and made the move across, and has represented the purple and gold with distinction since, and helped to move up the ladder in ladies football. Amanda Cretan for Roscommon trying to find a way inside there. The referee has their hand out for the advantage, suggesting that Clara Donnelly had committed the foul beforehand. So we're going to have a free for Roscommon outside the 45-metre line. And again now at this stage, Rochelle, I suppose at this stage the question is asked to Roscommon. They're still only 2 points down. They don't need to panic, but a point will come soon where they have to make things happen.
No, yeah, they just have to go back to what they were doing and make sure the score, and just slow it down again. Don't be following what Wexford are doing.
Cueva Craig with the ball, gives it back to her midfield partner Niamh Fitzgerald, and Niamh Fitzgerald now sending out towards the right. This is what Roscommon were doing in the second quarter, and they made an awful lot of ground with it, getting 4 points in a row. But they need to get something here. They haven't scored in the second half so far. Cueva Craig sending it across. Erin Hagan pushing up the field as well. And an errant pass there, and it's intercepted by Chloe Fox, I think it is. And she's moving up towards the 65-metre line, and all of a sudden Roscommon are in trouble here as Chloe Fox moves towards the 45, waiting for the support. The support comes from Roisin Murphy. Roisin Murphy continues down the left. Aisling Murphy's trying to get herself in a good position to receive the pass, but Wexford holding inside the 45-metre line. It was a Roscommon unforced error. It might lead to a Wexford score. Chloe Fox just running now at ground. Is good defending there from Ellen Irwin from St. Folia's, and Roscommon about to make another change because Ella Thompson from St. Crone's, wearing number 17, is coming on the field to play. But just while we're watching the substitution, Rochelle, again, Roscommon, well read from Chloe Fox, and Wexford could have got something out of that.
Yeah, like that turnover is just going to cost them, so they need to just make sure the passes and work it right down. So Ella's coming on now. Ella's actually from my club, so it's great to see her getting on. And hopefully she'll keep the pace up as she'd run all day.
And with that being said, a big shout out to everybody from St. Crone's who are watching our live commentary here on the LGFA streaming service in association with Stream Sport. The change has taken place, and is it Millie Hagan that's gone off there? And it looks like it is Millie Hagan that has gone.
Yeah.
So that's the change there. Ella Thompson for Millie Hagan. Can she have the difference? But Wexford have the ball outside the 20-metre line. Bernie Breen gives a pass, looking to set up the quarterback. There is Chloe Fox. Chloe Fox out towards the right there to Anya Lacey, and Anya Lacey just running into jerseys, but there's still a chance for a shot for Chloe Fox. The ball has gone over the bar. It might have taken Wexford 11 minutes to add to their tally, but they took the score very, very well, and Chloe Fox again showing exactly the danger she is.
If you give her an inch, she's just able to get the shot off, and she's just so accurate that they nearly need to. I think Roscommon just need to put someone man marking her and right on her. Don't let her get the shot off.
Yeah, it's Chloe Fox's actually second score in the second half. I think it's her sixth in total in this match, but Wexford now lead by 3 points, and like we said on the opposite side during the first half, Roscommon need to get the next score. Player on the ground there, I think it's Chloe Fox receiving attention after taking that shot, and we talked about her camogie exploits. Indeed, has been up at the All-Star Awards as well. It's won county title with Club Mean 2 at club level in Wexford. A fantastic talent for Wexford across a variety of sports.
Yeah, just like that just shows dual players, like some of them, have the strength to keep going, and she's definitely shown that the camogie last night hasn't affected her.
Judy McDermott, who was receiving some treatment there for Roscommon as well, playing wing back, but has often played in the full forward line as well. So no doubt she'll push up if Roscommon needed in the closing stages. The short kick out in the direction of Roisin Wynn. We look at the clock, exactly 10 minutes of normal time remaining here in Dr. Hyde Park. Wexford in front by 3, and Roisin Wynn moving up the field, gives the pass for Judy McDermott, who has pushed up that little bit because she was in the attack before receiving the pass. The referee says it was a foul originally on Roisin Wynn, so it's going to be a free, and Erin Hagan will send it back towards the defence, and Niamh Feeney will try and restart the action and bring the ball up towards the 65-metre line. Plenty of options for her, but Aisling Murphy is tracking her as well, sends it out towards the right. The breeze is picking up, it's favouring Roscommon. Kenneth Murray, 3 points for them. A kick down, you can see what they were trying to do as Niamh Feeney went inside, but Bernie Breen said no, not today. Wins the ball and now sends it straight down the field for Katrina Murray. And Katrina Murray, if she can turn inside here, support is coming from Aisling Halligan and from Aisling Murphy as well. But again, the defending is at Saoirse Winnigan, just so tight with the defending for Roscommon, and she had to be so tight. We'll get Rochelle's thoughts on that in a moment. We'll watch here first as Cara Donnelly moves inside, an opportunity for a kick at the post. This might drop down. Alina Cummins needs to be careful, but Saoirse Winnigan had to be so tight, so alert and so careful there.
That was absolutely super. Like, she was just standing her ground, getting the hand in, but without making the foul, and I think if that was maybe anyone else, it would have been a different story.
Now can Roscommon make it a different story at the other end of the field as Roisin Wynn goes moves the ball inside the 45-metre line. Wexford won't make this easy as Amanda Creedon takes possession on the 20-metre line. Will she go over the kick herself? Roscommon are not really giving her options, it has to be said, and she runs into Aisling Halligan, and the referee says too many steps. And Rochelle, you just get the feeling, if you look at the Roscommon side for a moment, a few tired legs were starting to show there because there was no real options given.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that, Wexford are just, picking it up, and you could see them all shouting after they turned that over. Like, that's what you want to see. So Roscommon, if they can just get that little bit of fight back and get a score in, it's all to play for again.
Wexford will be taking now one more score, providing they don't concede a goal. Might be enough to win this opening round game on the road to Kroger. The pass across in towards the middle of the field, and Sarah Harding-Kenny is pushing up towards the 65-metre line. Tries to go past Quiva Craig, not to be, but gives it off to Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville, there's a Roscommon player on the ground off screen as well. I think it's Roisin Wynn. We'll go back to that in a moment as we watch this Wexford attack. Roscommon have managed to turn the ball over. They've been doing that very, very well. A free out is going to be given. Good work by Niamh Feeney, and it looks like Roisin Wynn just receiving some attention down there just in front of us here in the main stand, and she's worked hard for Roscommon in this game. Her inspiration is Katie Taylor, but the one thing I noted about her, she likes to have 2 breakfasts before a big match.
Yeah, like for the size of her, but she's absolutely a terrier, like, and she'll just keep going all day, and she's so hard to tackle.
Aisling Feely nearly received that pass the far side of the field, but Shauna Murphy managed to do enough to take possession for Wexford. Now Wexford can't be complacent, the job is not done yet. Roisin Murphy with the ball 3 passes later, and they're moving down the field now outside the 65-yard line. A pass out towards the right, and Anya Lacey offloads it off, and Wexford moving. Roscommon playing with 14 players at the moment. Play continues on, and a very, very vital time of the game. 7 minutes to go. Wexford looking for the score that they feel might be enough to win this match. The Roscommon win it back through Niamh Feeney, another player that's covered an awful lot of ground for her team in this match. Gives the pass off for Erin Hagan, and Erin Hagan to Rachel Fitzmaurice. Rachel Fitzmaurice lays the pass off, and Roscommon on the move again. Back to Erin. Erin Hagan on the move again. Spots Laura Fleming in front of her. What can the captain do to inspire Roscommon? She works towards the 45-yard line, but she has to get past Aisling Halligan, who's not going to go down easily. Turns back in the direction of Ella Thompson. And Ella Thompson gives the pass to Judy McDermott, and she sends it across the field towards Niamh Fitzgerald, but it's actually Roisin Wynn that takes the ball for Roscommon. She gives it to Niamh. A score Roscommon need here. She needs to put this over the bar, and that ball has gone to the left and wide. Whatever but a couple of earlier misses, that was a point they had to get.
Yeah, you just wanted that one just to get the 1 point, and then they can work back in from there. But they did what they used to do, work it across, but just the finish wasn't good.
Wexford know one more score, that could be it. 6 minutes remaining in this game, and they have the players to do it. Sarah Harding-Kenny on the 2022 Team of the Year last year, as was Roisin Murphy, Katrina Murray and Aisling Murphy. And in possession there now is Shauna Murphy, so plenty of Murphys to talk about there. In the direction of Aisling Halligan. Aisling Halligan outside the 45-metre line. Thought about sending it down towards Katrina Murray, but Saoirse Wynn cut out that gap, but Wexford find another way. This is a good ball in towards the attack. Roscommon needs to be careful. The player has slipped, but was it a trip, says the referee. Wexford don't agree. Aisling Murphy doesn't agree, but
yeah, I think it was a trip, but it was more accidental than anything. But yeah, he had to give it.
Free out for Roscommon, a reprieve for them, but what could they do? They've not scored in the second half, Roscommon. This is their home game in the TG4 Intermediate All-Ireland Ladies Football Championship. They haven't scored in the second half. They need a point to get themselves back into it. They only trail by 3. There's plenty of time. Wexford will keep their shape. They've upped the tempo in the second half, and just has been enough to be the difference between them. Laura Fleming trying to find a way inside. I talked about plenty of goals before the match. We haven't had one yet in this game. Is there one for Roscommon to save it? Is there one for Wexford to win it? Judy McDermott just wants a point or anything at the moment. No, this might be dangerous. Drops inside, and there's a tangle. The ball's in the net. Is it going to be given? That's the question. The ball.
Some nice work, yeah.
The ball is in the net. The green flag.
I don't think the ref has decided just yet.
He hasn't, but the ball dropped in. Judy McDermott's pass inside, and the goalkeeper tried to get a touch. The Roscommon player just haven't fully identified yet the Roscommon player that got a touch on it, but the ball, the umpire waved the green flag.
Yeah. I think that kick by Judy, like, that's what you want, but that's not what you want if you're a goalie. You don't want them balls coming in, and it was definitely worth the try.
Well, Aisling Shanahan was the player that got the touch. That goal has been given, and Roscommon, well, just when we were talking about the lack of goals in this game, it's been given. Aisling Shanahan, the player that got the goal, and it's all square and Rochelle. We're talking about next score wins there. We're talking about the potential of a goal. It came.
Exactly, and it kind of in an unlikely way, but that's what you want. You kick it in, and you hope your forward just goes for it as much as the goalie, I suppose.
Aisling Shanahan played most of this game in defence, even though she was named at the start as a forward. Has she got the goal to save Roscommon and possibly inspire them to win this match? 1-6 to Roscommon, 9 points to Wexford. Roscommon with possession again outside the 45-metre line. Judy McDermott going for the kick here now to put them in front. That ball goes to the left and wide, and you would just imagine the lift that would have given Roscommon if that had gone over. 4 wides in the second half for Roscommon, 6 in total. There'll be 6 wides in total for Wexford, and Well, there's still 3 minutes to go, but the next score is vital for both teams.
Absolutely. I think Roscommon need to use the momentum now to push on, but if Wexford move the ball quickly like they have been, they could have a score too.
Wexford, they have plenty of experience. They have able to deal with situations like this. Can they get the score now to put them back in control of this contest? As the clock continues to tick away, Nasheen Halligan gives it out to Ciara Banville. And Ciara Banville pushing forward inside the 45-metre line. She's had a big impact in the second half so far as Ciara gets away from Niamh Feeney, trying to shake her off there. The referee puts the hands out for the free. And Wexford will get their chance in front of the posts. And you would feel, Rochelle, that Chloe Fox is going to put this over the bar.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say she'll pop this over easily, but that was a great run from the midfield. Just straight through the middle, keep going, and they'll foul you.
So Chloe Fox knows how important this is after conceding the goal to get their noses back in front. We look at the clock, just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining. All square here in Dr. Hyde Park. Chloe Fox with the free, puts the ball over the bar, and Wexford are gone back in front. They lead by 1 point, and that could be a crucial score.
Yes, it's an intense game now and great finish.
What can Roscommon do to respond? They hadn't scored in the second half until they got the goal. And the referee not happy with something, so he's bringing the ball forward for a free out.
I think it was a bit of holding when they were trying to make their run, yeah.
Holding off the ball. Well, what way will this work out for Roscommon? Niamh Fitzgerald in possession. And talking about the pass to Roisin Wynn, gives it to her eventually on the 65-metre line. Roscommon very much back in this game, but Wexford still lead. Roisin Wynn on the move, who raids down the left, supports in front of her, and she gets the support. That support is Aisling Feely. Aisling Feely trying to get inside Shauna Murphy in the corner. Sarah Harding-Kenny is there as well, collided with the player. Referee says play on, and Wexford players is diving for the ball, trying to just get a touch of the Aoife.
I think there was a few fouls in there, a bit of touch on the ground, and
either way,
from both sides anyways.
The referee has decided that the foul goes against Roscommon, and it's going to be a free out for them. We're inside the final minute of normal time here. Wexford will send it back towards the goal, and Roscommon now will have to start pressing up on these Wexford players and see can they get the ball back. As Roisin Murphy brings it up, but the goal scorer Aisling Shanahan gets in the way. Gives the pass off for Ciara Banville. Ciara Banville on the 45-metre line, moving towards the 65. And this is good from Ciara again. She's second half alone. She's definitely a contender. Moving across there to Clara Donnelly. Clara Donnelly on the move there. The pass in front for Aoife Cullen. Aoife Cullen could wrap this up for Wexford. Goes on a shot, and it goes over the bar. But a 2-point advantage could be enough, provided Wexford don't concede another score. That wasn't far away.
No, I think it might have been the right option though, just to get yourself 2 points up. And it's going to come straight back in on top of Roscommon again now.
Roscommon have given the ball away to Bernie Breen. A kick in the post here from Chloe Fox into the hands of the goalkeeper Lena Cummins. And the 30 minutes is nearly up. Rochelle, we get you to be thinking about your overall player of the match. We'll announce that at the full-time whistle. What way will this work out? But Roscommon are starting to give the ball away carelessly. Aoife Cullen nearly getting through there, and Quiva Craig getting in the way and gives the pass out towards the right there. The referee had spotted a foul, so it's going to be a free out for Roscommon. And it's all down to the discretion of the referee, Paul McCaughey from County Westmeath here now. Roscommon are on the move up towards that 65-metre line, looking for support there now as they continue with Niamh Feeney. Niamh Feeney with the pass to Laura Fleming. Their arms are around her. I think it's going to be a free for Roscommon inside the 65-metre line. Big decisions here now, Rochelle.
Yeah, I think that was just tactical from Wexford. You know, fouled them fair enough out. I know it's not good to see, but they have the experience, and that's what they do.
That's exactly what you need to do at times like this. As Roisin Wynn raids down the left here as well, and it's a free in. So now it's a free in for Roscommon, and I suppose the question will come down to how much time is remaining. We've played nearly 1 minute of the added time. The referee, is he going having a chat with Bernie Breen? And
yeah, I'd say to pop it over if there is time, but if not, give a short one. But that's great running from Roisin. She really has upped it in the second half as well. Down this wing, up and down all day long.
Bernie Breen is having a serious conversation with the referee. I think there's going to be a yellow card. Wexford are going to finish this game with 14 players because there won't be 10 minutes of action left, you would feel. So Bernie Breen is gone. Aisling Feely with the free. If she goes for this, she has to put it over. 2 points between the sides. A minute and a half of injury time has been played. We reckon it's going to drop into the box. We're just keeping an eye on the referee, and he might have indicated this to drop this in. Is there time? Yes, she to drop it in. looking for Aisling Shannon. Maybe got a bit too much purchase on the ball, so the referee must have given the indication there's not going to be time for 2 scoring opportunities. So Roscommon have this to save the match, or Wexford are going to win in the opening day of the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship as Laura Fleming plays the pass inside for Aisling Shannon, surrounded by purple jerseys, looking for support there as well, and Roscommon jerseys there as well, but they're being pushed back out towards the 45-metre line, and much more time is there. Roscommon are looking for a goal. Pass out towards the left. Oh, high challenge and Ashley Murphy, and it's going to be a free in, but I have a funny feeling, Rochelle, that Wexford could be losing another player.
I think that's definitely another yellow card, yeah, but listen, like, Wexford are just trying to see out the game with a point in it. I know some of them girls are just taking them yellow cards for the sake of slowing it down, but I think the ref might just give one more play and see what happens.
Well, he's going to give one play now as Roscommon go for the goal, and Wexford are down to 13 players. Bernie Breen and Ashley Murphy gone off the field of play, and I've no doubt if you're watching our coverage here in the southeast, you're biting your nails at the moment. Can Wexford hold on? You're probably biting them too if you're up in Roscommon or even in Monaghan. Keen interest in this game ahead of joining the championship race next week. But Laura Fleming is going to take the kick. Now she's putting this over the bar, so you have to ask the question, why didn't they go for the score the previous time?
Yeah, unless the ref said there's another minute in it. That's the only reason really that you wouldn't have given a short one. But Wexford really, they just need to slow this down now, waste as much time as possible.
They have 2 players short. They have to make sure they nail this. 1 point between the teams. 3 minutes of injury time have been played, and Leanne Moore sends it out the field.
Super catch.
A super catch indeed it was, and Wexford have won the free, and as Rochelle said, they're just going to try and just find 3 players in Roscommon. Need to cover the spaces and not make it easy, because one more chance could save a draw, and a point in this campaign could be absolutely priceless based on how tight it is between the 3 teams. But Shauna Murphy down the left for Sarah Harding-Kenny. Sarah Harding-Kenny is going to take on Ella Thompson, and she gets inside one, gets inside second, but brings it back again, and just showing great skill there to hold on to the ball outside the 45-metre line. And Wexford just ploughing there. Aoife Cullen, the player with possession, finds the teammate Niamh Butler, and now Wexford will bring it back as Roscommon drop the bodies back to defend. Nearly 4 minutes of injury time has been played. The referee has blown the final whistle. It's all over, and Wexford have beaten Roscommon in the opening day of the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. Wexford 11 points, Roscommon 7. Rochelle, your overall thoughts?
Yeah, it was a really good game in the end there, and I think the difference was when Wexford came out in the second half, they kind of upped that pace, and that got them on top, and they just held off in the end. But I don't think either team deserved to lose there today. It was a really even match, and I'd love to see them go again.
Wexford, I suppose, their experience really told, as you said there. They just upped the gears that bit at the start of the second half, getting those 4 early scores to get their noses in front. And at the end of the day, as you expect defenders to do everything to stop the opposition getting through. And they showed that to cut out the Roscommon attacks. Yeah,
like Roscommon, they will be disappointed with that, but they'll be annoyed as well at what happened. But you know, when you're a long time in the game and the older players, they know what to do. You know, you might need to make a foul, or you might need to just slow it down, and they definitely showed their experience there, especially in the added time.
Roscommon did well to get their noses 5 points to 2 up in the first half. 6-4, they had a couple of goal opportunities as well. Leanne Moore pulling off 2 great saves for Wexford, but you can't go 26 minutes of championship football without scoring. Yes, it was a goal they got when they got it, but that was ultimately what cost them this match.
I think, yeah, it definitely was what cost them that start at the second half. If they could have just pushed on and got 1 or 2 points, you know, it'd be a different story. But they can learn from it, and they can go into the Monaghan game, you know, obviously knowing that they have to win, but that they're capable of it as well.
And it's an away game now. They drew with Monaghan in the championship. That was the one positive result. They put in a lot of positive displays in the league, but the one positive result, and that's exactly it. They have 2 weeks to prepare for that. I think they have the bye next week as well. To lose your home game is a massive blow in this competition, but they have time now to focus on that match.
That's it, yeah. Use the 2 weeks, and they'll see how Wexford do against Monaghan, and then that'll be interesting as to how it'll fix out after that. But I think, yeah, they have a good chance against Monaghan. They just need to keep thinking that way, that they are capable of beating them. And yeah, it was just a draw would have been maybe the best result for them. But yeah, they'll push on to the Monaghan game. We'll see what happens.
There was a lot of pressure on Wexford coming into this game. Indeed, I was reading one article in one of the local papers down. They've been very critical of the team after they lost the Leinster final. They didn't make the league final in Division 3, which they would have been expected to do. They've lost 5 finals in a row. They're one of the favourites for the All-Ireland here as well. But just to get this opening day victory for Lizzie Kenston and her team would be a massive relief.
Yeah, I think like with Wexford, like they mightn't get the wins throughout the year, but they always show up at championship, and they always get these little wins and then get themselves to the quarter-final, semi-final and right on, as you've seen, to the final. So again, it's just their experience, and they're bringing in the young girls as well that are now adding to it. And yeah, it's definitely shown, and they're definitely a team to watch throughout the championship.
They have 1 foot in the quarter final. If they get a result against Monaghan next week, they are definitely through to the knockout stages. Michelle, before we finish up, the players that impressed you for both teams and your overall player of the match?
Yeah, so I'd say on the Roscommon side, I would definitely see the 2 wins were the 2 best on the team, Saoirse and Roisin, and as well Aisling Shanahan I thought had a great game. And then on the Wexford side, Ciara in midfield there had a super second half. But for me, the overall player of the match, I suppose, is Sarah Harding-Kenny. Absolutely brilliant. She got all them little interceptions in. They all count, and I think you need to like compliment the backs, you know. The ball comes from them each time, so definitely it was a super performance from her.
Sarah Harding-Kenny from Wexford is our TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Player of the Match. Congratulations to Wexford, 1 point victors on the opening day of the All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. I'd like to thank former Roscommon footballer and Paralympian Rochelle Timothy for joining myself, Darren Kelly, here in the commentary box, and also to our cameraman John Murphy. We hope you enjoyed our coverage here in Dr. Hyde Park. We hope you're enjoying the coverage throughout the country of all the games in the All-Ireland Championship. We'll be back again next week somewhere around the country for round 2 of the games in the Senior, Intermediate and Junior Championships. With that being said, we hope you enjoyed the game. Unfortunately for Roscommon not to be, but for Wexford, a massive victory and 1 foot in the quarterfinals. The final score here in Dr. Hyde Park in the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. Wexford the winners. It finished Wexford 11 points, Roscommon 1-7.